Is a top story from across the country.
Terrifying moments inside a Minnesota health clinic as a 67-year-old man opened fire. Police say the suspect, Gregory Paul Ulrich, entered the Allina clinic in Buffalo just before 11 a.m. and began shooting, sending people running for their lives.
It's a horrible looking scene, and our staff immediately began rendering aid to those victims.
Those victims were transported to a local hospital. The extent of their injuries not known at this time. This woman was pulling up to the facility when two nurses leapt into her vehicle, looking for a safe escape.
They said they heard about 11 shots within a minute, and they didn't see a shooter, but they assumed that's what it was, and then about 2 minutes later, we saw the front windows be shot out.
Authorities arrested Ulrich at the scene. They say he's well known to them with unspecified calls dating back to 2003. Investigators say they discovered improvised explosive devices at the clinic and more at a nearby motel where he was staying, but say they do not suspect terrorism.
There is no information at this point that leads us to believe that there is any nexus with any type of domestic terrorism.
Authorities believe Ulrich targeted the clinic or someone inside because of previous conflict he had with the facility. The investigation continues with federal agencies aiding local law enforcement. Claudia Cowan, Fox News.
All right, Claudia, thank you so much for that update. Everybody, we are live in the skies as I am preparing to do a live hit with our sister station, Fox 9 Minneapolis. I'm trying to let you know exactly where we're flying around at. This is New York City aerials. You guys enjoy it while I speak with our sister station and make sure that we are all set for our live shot right here in just moments. All right, everybody, thank you so much for your patience here on News Now from Fox. We're taking a live look courtesy of Fox 5 New York at Citi Field. You heard this morning it's going to be a mass vaccination site. But the beauty and magic of News Now from Fox is that we can jump from one side of the nation to the other. Right now, we're going out to Buffalo, Minnesota, where we have Fox 9's Bill Keller for us. Good morning, Bill. How are you doing, and what is the latest there on the health clinic shooting?
Well, Pilar, this is a small town. It's about 45 minutes west of the Twin Cities metro area. They're really still trying to process not only how this could happen to them, but really how one of their own could do this. Now, this is what we know. Police say about 11 o'clock yesterday morning, a man walked into that Allina clinic there, west of the Twin Cities. He opened fire, shooting 5 people. All were rushed to area hospitals. One of them later died. Now, 3 this morning remain in critical condition, and we're told that one was actually treated and released yesterday. We're getting a little information about the victims. One, we're told, was a receptionist at the clinic. We're hearing at least a couple of them were nurses. And the family of one 58-year-old nurse says that that woman was shot 3 times, including once in the stomach. In fact, the daughter saying another victim, her mother required surgery and is now in critical but stable condition.
Bill, what do we know about the suspect? I actually do have his mugshot. I'm going to pull it up here while you talk about him.
Yeah, he's a native here. Police have identified that suspect as 67-year-old Gregory Ulrich. In fact, local police, the sheriff here in Buffalo, says that he was well known to law enforcement before this attack happened. But his criminal history really includes things like DUIs and some marijuana possession. But investigators are now looking into the motive in this case. Here's what they know. They say that he was upset about the health care that he had received at that clinic, that somebody was likely targeted. In fact, that those who knew him well say they were well aware of how he felt about this clinic, and get this, at one point even going so far as to put a sign in his yard criticizing one local doctor.
Wow, and what has the reaction been from the community? Of course, it has to be heartbreaking.
Yeah, again, this is a small, modest-sized rural town, about 16,000 people. It's kind of a bedroom community to some folks who work in the Twin Cities. Again, they had a vigil last night to try and cope with this. Again, most folks who work here live here. Again, a small town. In fact, one thing that was quite upsetting was the fact that they believe that they found two suspicious packages, potentially bombs, one that was inside the clinic and one at a nearby hotel that he was living at. The bomb squad called out. They cleared those devices. Still unknown if any were activated. By the way, Ulrich is set to make his first court appearance tomorrow. So when that criminal complaint comes out, we expect to learn many more details about this incident.
Yeah, no doubt. Fox 9's Bill Keller out there in Buffalo, Minnesota. Thank you so much for joining us here this morning on News Now from Fox. We will likely be following it for quite some time.
Yeah, good morning.
All right, for the rest of you who are back out flying around New York City, we're going to have more reaction on that health clinic shooting here in just a bit on News Now from Fox.